being ambushed by these little guys. Oh no, here he is. Oh my god. He's grabbing him. Look at that poor guy just in the foot, he's still alive. Oh, why are you targeting me? I wasn't attacking you. Oh god, here we go. Here we go. Right, so the digital event trailer literally just dropped. So, let's go ahead and give a quick rundown to one of the new arrivals, the Seregios. Okay, so the Seregios. It first appeared in 4 Ultimate as its flagship. You first fight this dude in high rank as part of a storyline in 4U, where these things start appearing and invading the land. By that, they literally invade you during your high rank quests. And as part of the storyline, these things can get infected by the Frenzy virus, but can also get into an Apex state, and that's the original Apex state that's related to the virus, and not the Apexes that you find in Rise. The whole gimmick to this guy is his scales. These razor sharp scales are so potent that if they hit you, you'll get infected by the bleeding ailment. This ailment first appeared in 4U specifically for the Seregios, where if a specific attack hits you, dodging or sprinting will deal you damage, unless you eat a well done steak or crash for a few seconds to get rid of it. Right, cause the second digital event just dropped, and everyone is losing their shit on Seregios, I'd like to take this opportunity to explain why this guy is unique, and how his return for me at least is significant. First off, Flying Wyverns in Monster Hunter are pretty much your standard cookie cutter monster type. It's the biggest monster class in the entire franchise, so it can get quite repetitive whenever you're fighting the same type of monster. At first glance, Seregios does look like your typical bipedal flying wyvern, but if you look closely you'll be able to see some key differences. First off, unlike most monsters of this type, Seregios stands on all 4 limbs like a Tigrex, especially when moving around. His flight patterns are also unique, often flying to the side to flank and hit the player, mainly using his claws and his talons. The bleeding ailment, since his first introduction, was exclusive to Seregios, and to be fair, this particular ailment goes hand in hand with this guy, because his whole body is literally covered with knife-like scales. While the majority of Flying Wyverns do have a distinct similarity with each other, Seregios as a whole feels entirely like a brand new type of wyvern, from his movements, his behavior, and just the general body type of this monster. The only monster I could think of that could be of the same type as a Seregios is the Astalos. Is another 4th gen monster that appeared before the Seregios, and is also returning in Sunbreak. The second aspect that makes Seregios unique is of course his weapons. Before 4 Ultimate, I don't think I've ever made a weapon from a monster that has its own special gimmick. And it's so simple. If you have any of Seregios' weapons, and you have it unsheathed, every evade you do restores a bit of the weapon's sharpness. And if you have a bowgun, an evade reloads 1 bullet to the weapon. In some cases where you're low on sharpness, it is possible to simply just evade a lot to restore your weapon's original sharpness. This gimmick is so simple, yet not only does it give a massive benefit to the player, but it also suits the monster that it came from. And I gotta say this again, I don't think there's ever a monster before 4 Ultimate that has a special ability for their weapons. There really is more to unpack from this guy, and I've only covered 2 points on how the Seregios is such a unique addition to the franchise, and in Sunbreak. Seriously, the amount of people I see on social media screaming for monsters like Gormagala or Lagiacrus to appear in the latest trailer is unreal. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the Gormagala, and Lagiacrus is my favourite monster, but I think now it's an appropriate time to put some respect onto Steve's name. I mean, literally, of all the flagship monsters in the franchise, this guy is by far the most overlooked and least talked about in the community. Which is sad considering the points that I've just mentioned. But, with that in mind, hopefully this video will give a better view and some more appreciation to the Thousand Blade Wyvern.